I like strong glutes and I cannot lie. Alright, so that's all I kind of had worked out, and it was kind of spur of the moment anyway. Hello and happy Friday. Okay, so this video was inspired by a recent conversation that I had with a client. She is in her 70s, and I was trying to work on glute strength with her, and she said that the exercise was really hard and she didn't see the point in pushing through because she doesn't necessarily care to have a nice rump any longer. She's like, I'm 70, so I don't really care if my butt looks nice. Like, something, I just want to, work on my arms. And so I had to take a step back for a second and educate her. I informed her that having a nice tuchus is not just for aesthetic purposes, but your glutes actually are a huge role player in keeping you strong and functional. So I kind of came to a conclusion that this is probably a fairly commonly overlooked muscle group that people just think it's for looks. I remember once upon a time somebody asked me, what's your favorite day at the gym? As in, what do I like training the best? I said legs and glutes. And their response was, oh, of course, like all girls like leg day and making their butt bigger. And that's not really the case. Like, that's not why it's my favorite. I like feeling strong, and I mean, sure, maybe when I was 18, I wanted to have a nice butt, I guess, and like, all right, this is getting a little off topic. Who doesn't want to have a nice butt, right? But in reality, my goal is to have strong glutes. I'm not necessarily worried about how plump they are. I don't care to look like Kim Kardashian. It's fake anyway. Anyway, so my reasoning for legs and glutes being my favorite is just because I feel so freaking strong when I train those muscle groups. They're hard as heck to train if you do it right, and it just makes me feel really good. Wouldn't be a YouTube video without my cat making an appearance. Alright, so having strong glutes is super important functionally for quite a few reasons. You have 3 glute muscles. You have your gluteus maximus, glute medius, and glute minimus. So together they make up the largest muscle group in your body. They also are the strongest muscle group in your body, supposedly. And I say supposedly because if you're not working them, then they're probably not the strongest. Okay, so with some assistance from the hamstrings, the responsibilities of your glutes are hip extension, hip abduction, and hip rotation. So increasing your glute strength can really help in improving posture, decreasing your risk of injury, and also enhancing your athletic performance. If you don't consider yourself an athlete, I'm not going to get into that, but at least be concerned about the other 2 things, decreased injury and improved posture. So considering your glutes are a large part of your body's stabilization system, having them not be strong enough to do their share in the stabilization process then can lead to slouching and bad posture long term can lead to other issues rather than just working on strengthening your glutes before you have other issues. If your glutes are weaker than your hip flexor muscles, which are on the front of your pelvis, then that can cause your hip flexor muscles to pull your pelvis into an anterior tilt. Think of sticking your butt back permanently. Well, not permanently, but this will kind of cause you to lean forward all the time, and then this puts your spine in a continuous position of malalignment. So if you feel that you have a tendency to always be kind of sticking your butt out when you're standing and you start to feel that pressure in your back, then you want to consider also maybe stretching your hip flexor muscles in addition to strengthening your glutes, so that way you even both sides out. Your glutes are largely responsible for hip extension. So if your glutes aren't strong enough to be the primary movers in this motion, then your body will automatically find other ways to compensate, such as using the other muscles that are meant to assist in this motion to then do the primary movement, and muscles that are meant to assist and not be the primary movers, if they're constantly being forced to be primary movers, then that puts overstress very quickly on the assister muscles, causing other issues. These other issues can be injury to your low back, your knees, and your hips. Okay, so athletic performance. Your glutes play a huge role in explosive movements. So think of accelerating, decelerating, changing direction quickly, and jumping. So by increasing your glute strength, you can then increase explosiveness and your speed. Decreasing back pain. So depending on why your back hurts, it may not be that your glutes are weak, but it can be a reason that your back is hurting. So if it is glute weakness, your glutes take a large load of your hip movements. So if your glutes are not strong enough to maintain those hip movements, then your back will then start to compensate and help out, but your back is not built to do the primary moving of your hips. So then your back will start to take all the pressure, causing low back pain. So if you think that glute exercises are meant for only girls and to have a nice butt, you're wrong. Everybody benefits from stronger glutes, and your back and posture will thank you for it. Okay, so I know that was maybe a little simplified for some of you, maybe too complex. So if there's anything else you'd like for me to cover as far as glutes, please just let me know in the comments below. I can always do another video, but I wanted to keep it somewhat simple so that way it's a little easier to follow, and I don't think it's necessary in order for me to get my point across to load you with scientific information. So if you're not sure where to begin as far as glute strengthening, please join our Facebook community, facebook.com/trainhardlivehappy, all one word. You can also, through the Facebook page, inquire about my online training services if you're not local. If you are local, we can always chat about in-person training sessions. You can also follow me on Instagram @CourtPataccio, again, all one word, and that will also be in the description below, and I always put it at the end of the video. But I do post the occasional workout video either on there or on here, maybe on Facebook. So you want to cover all your bases, and maybe I will do a specific glute strengthening workout. If you want me to do a glute strengthening workout, let me know in the comments below, and we'll see if it happens. All right, thank you for watching, as always. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.